Let's take this on with Brian Phillips, who's an associate professor in the Department of Government at the University of Essex. Joins us now from Wivenhoe in the United Kingdom. Brian, good to have you with us. What do you read into the timing of this as we watch the looming military presence of Iran and this posturing rhetoric to try and force a deal?
Thanks, Nick. Good to be with you. Yeah, this is a significant escalation in Europe's pressure on the Iranian regime. It's a powerful signal that Europe takes seriously the recent repression in Iran, reportedly killing thousands of people. So I think that's what explains the timing behind this decision. Europe wanted to send a signal. There's already a host of sanctions on Iran by Europe, and this is the next level, the next step.
Right. Usually these designations come against non-state actors, but it's certainly not the case here, is it?
That's right. This is unusual. And the United States as well, in 2019, it has a foreign terrorist organization list that is almost entirely non-state actors, insurgent or terrorist organizations. But the US and now the EU and some other states have made this exception of putting the IRGC on their terrorist organization list, which is unusual. But if there are already sanctions against Iran, the Iranian regime, this is just seen as another step, another way to put pressure on the regime.
And what does a designation actually mean in reality? You know, what difference does it make as to how the IRGC can be dealt with by countries outside of Iran?
Yeah, it's a good question. There are two elements to this. The first is the symbolic, where this is suggesting to the world, certainly to Iran, but also to the allies, that Europe considers the IRGC bad guys, terrorists. No one likes to be called a terrorist, right? So this is a powerful message. But beyond the symbolic, there are also material consequences where banks in Europe are now required to freeze any money associated with the IRGC or its members or its front organizations. And there are reportedly maybe 2 billion euros in Europe and European banks. And unless that money was taken out yesterday, that's going to be frozen, and IRGC won't be able to access or move money within Europe now.
So can these designations and these increased sanctions, can it stop or at least hinder the way the IRGC operates inside Iran?
Yeah, certainly the financial squeeze could put pressure on it. It also creates incentives for the Iranian regime to perhaps not repress its own people so much. So now the intention is for Iran to think twice before using repression domestically. Of course, also there are concerns about Iran supporting terrorism around the world, but this is a mechanism to try to confront repression within the country as well. And if Iran wants to have these sanctions removed, it'll need to change its behavior.
It's interesting in submitting this designation that the European Union's foreign policy chief indicated that the bloc does not support military action against Iran.
That's right. At a time when the United States is certainly saber-rattling, certainly threatening, the European Union wants to indicate that it's pursuing a type of diplomacy, financial warfare, if you will, but indicating that the European Union is not in favor of actual military strikes. So it considers this a step short of war, but certainly one that the Iranian regime is interpreting as aggression comparable to armed conflict.
All right, that's Brian Phillips on the EU designating Iran's Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist group. Speaking to us there from Essex in the UK. Thanks, Brian.
Don't miss out. Get a full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.